Mr. Glantz.
Yeah.
Thanks for bringing it home. So I asked you to go last because we always have wonderful conversation that seems to spread a very wide spectrum. So
it's been a lot of people, good people, conversations
yeah,
to follow.
It's been a blessed morning. So all right, so in that regard, I want to demystify what's Simulmedia, because
sure,
I think there are a lot of three-letter acronyms, and if you did a survey, the survey would say that everyone would have a different opinion about which one of the boxes you guys fill. So just give me the shtick.
Sure. So Simulmedia is an audience ad network based entirely in linear television. So we sell audience-denominated national TV campaigns to agencies and their advertisers.
Okay. So if I could maybe play that back to you in my words, is you guys found liquidity in a market where maybe people thought there was little liquidity, and you brought data in, and then you, in a really unsexy way, using faxes, telephone calls, things like that, basically added value to that inventory.
Yep. We help ad owners monetize their TV inventory at scale.
So what's interesting, and again, I don't think it's a pivot, but an evolution, if we go back at the last 2 years of Simulmedia, when you started out, it was about addressability and using third-party data sets. There was no household level addressability, et cetera. This was all the marrying the Venn of data to drive inferred and then proven delivered improved performance, right? So we would base it on, you guys would base it on the fact that you felt this data was more representative of a target audience segment. And then were you in the beginning measuring post-campaign to see if performance was improved?
Yes. So we actually, our business started primarily with TV networks promoting their own shows. And so we have a ton of household level non-aggregated set-top box data. And so we were able to see what are the best ways to drive viewership to a show. So, what is the frequency? What are the shows, the times, the networks? And so we now work with pretty much every broadcast and cable network, and we sell them a cost per converted viewer basis. So we can measure who sees our ads, who tunes into the show, and then it pretty much comes down to what does a network want to build in terms of an audience for a new show.
Okay. So, and now if you look at your non-network clients, but your sort of brand clients, you're doing now attribution,
so
sales-driven.
We have a couple different products for them, so I can go through those. The first is targeted reach, which we can guarantee reach against any custom audience our clients want. So we have access to the set-top box data to look at viewership. We have great partnerships with Nielsen to get aggregated credit card data and CPG basket purchase data, so we can target any purchaser of deodorant or people who go to McDonald's a certain frequency in a month. We'll guarantee reach against that. What we've moved to very quickly, but I think you're alluding to, is measuring business outcomes. So now we have access to non-aggregated purchase data, which we can match in a privacy-safe manner, and we can actually look at the same way we would for show tune-in. We can look at who's actually seeing our ads and then who's going to the supermarket, who's going to the restaurant.
The reason that I wanted you to sort of do that, wrap up is because it's very interesting that you guys have transition and the maturation of your business, successful business, let's be clear, has been moving from addressability, better performing television to performance driven.
Well, I just want to be clear. We've never actually sold addressable TV, so that's been something we've left to some of our inventory partners.
Thank you for being specific there.
We're selling targeted TV, so we use the set-top box data to make a more informed decision about how to build a media plan.
Thank you for clarifying that. So better performing television using data, targeted television, elimination of waste, versus now something that is actually performance driven and is a bit more measurable, right? So up funnel, delivering better. Down funnel, actually what matters is the outcomes. That's not a subtle transition in the world in which we live, right?
No, it's not. And this is why I dodged your question before, was because we really haven't, the business outcome measurement we're doing, it really depends on the vertical. So for things like restaurants, e-commerce, there's a very short cycle on what you can measure. And if you can get access to that purchase data, it's actually, you can measure outcomes, and you can do performance-based attribution for a brand advertiser. For bigger things like insurance, travel, auto, there's a longer life cycle, and so we're still working with our clients to figure out what data they bring to the table and what are the best ways for them to measure it.
Yeah. So that's one of the beautiful things of being a startup and sort of being on the outside, a well-funded startup, is that you can sort of be a bit more fluid and responsive to the market, right? So in that your business is evolving, what does what is this world? Let's not talk about Simul. I'm not asking for forward-looking statements, right?
Okay.
I'm asking for what does this world of targeted, addressable, television look like in 3 to 5 years? Like, are agencies still in the mix? What are the role agencies playing? What are brands doing for themselves? Is there going to be, ubiquitous, uniform set-top box level data available? Can we target subscribers? Like, where do you think the market is heading?
This is a tough one.
That's why I asked you that.
I think this is probably going to lead to more fragmentation, if anything. So I think Tracy alluded to before, there's going to be a release of tons of different viewing data people can look at, but I think you're going to see still plenty of contextual buying. It's still a great way to buy in TV. The audience-denominated stuff is going to get a lot bigger. And so the kind of tools that we use at Simulmedia today to package and build our plans for our clients are going to become more externally facing and more ubiquitous across the industry. So you're going to have a lot of the sellers using these tools, which I think the folks at NBC are leading the way on that, where they're using all these different data sets woven together to cherry pick the best spots for their clients based on the audience. And then you're going to have a lot more, I guess, fluid type of measurement where, one piece of inventory is going to be worth X to an agency, Y to the media seller, and Z to the media owner, to the advertiser.
Okay.
And it's going to be really complicated, but I think that agencies will definitely still be around, and they're going to differentiate themselves on their ability to use all these different lenses to measure.
Okay. Thanks, Mr. Glantz.
Thanks.